When everyone talks about the Middle East and Israel, they always start from a point that is not the beginning. But I will talk about the main culprit for what is happening and where it started. England has always been anti-Semitic. During the Holocaust, England knew what was happening to the Jews, but was silent. Ottoman Empire controlled what was called Judea and Samaria until 1918, and they did not change the name. After England conquered the area from the Ottoman Empire, they changed the name to Palestine for the same reason that the Romans changed the name from Israel to Palestine in 135 AD. Shame the Jews and try to erase their connection to the land. Of course, both failed. This is the real map from when the English controlled what they called Palestine. And this is the flag of Palestine in the UN before the establishment of Israel and even before the Jews began to return to their land. England wanted to be loved by Arab countries and therefore gave this area to Syria. That's why there are many Syrians who call themselves Palestinians. This area is almost twice the size of Israel today. But when Syria received the land, it closed the possibility of the Arabs in Israel to come there. The only time they opened the border was in the war against Israel, when they told the Arabs to leave the area and that they would return there victorious after they wiped out Israel. Of course they didn't succeed. And so when they show you these maps, they lie from the beginning, and whoever lies from the beginning, you can't believe anything they say. People say that England helped the Jews and gave them Israel, but this is another lie. England forbade Jews to come to Israel and even put Jews who fled the Holocaust to Israel in concentration camps. There is no Palestinian coin that was not created by England. There is no Palestinian flag before and during the English Mandate. There is no Palestinian prime minister, ruler, or king. There is no finding of a Palestinian people who controlled the area. Who ruled the area all the years since the Bible?
Before Israel, there was a British mandate, not a Palestinian state. Before the British mandate, there was the Ottoman Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before the Ottoman Empire, it was the Islamic State of Mamluks of Egypt, not a Palestinian state. Before that, the Ayyubid Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before that, Frankish and Christian Kingdom of Jerusalem, not a Palestinian state. Before that, Umayyad and Fatimid empires, not a Palestinian state. Before that, Byzantine Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before that, Sassanid Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before that, there was a Byzantine Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before that, the Roman Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before that, the Jewish Hasmonean state, not a Palestinian state. Before that, Seleucid Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before that, the Empire of Alexander the Great, not a Palestinian state. Before that, the Persian Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before that, the Babylonian Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before that, the kingdoms of Israel and Judah, not a Palestinian state. Before that, the kingdom of Israel, not a Palestinian state. Before, actually, in this piece of land, there has been everything except a Palestinian state.
There is not even the letter P in Arabic, so how could they call themselves Palestinians? Now let's erase once and for all their story that they came from what were called the ancient Palestine.
The origin of the Philistines is the island of Crete and the Aegean Sea area bounded by Athens, Corinth and Ephesus. Crete was their home seaport base for the sea-oriented people who were likely traders and raiders, pirates.
They were white people. From the 8th century BC, the Assyrians and Babylonians recorded Arabs living, from east to west, in eastern Mesopotamia between the Tigris and Iran, settled in large numbers in Babylonia. Settled in large numbers in Babylonia, in the Syrian Jazira, between the Tigris and Euphrates, on the slopes of the Anti-Lebanon mountains, between modern Lebanon and Syria, in North and Northwest Arabia, and in Sinai. The first Jewish state in the history of the world appears in 1200 BCE, and the Arab people only appears in the 8th century BC, about 400 years after the Jewish state. and none of them lived on the soil of Israel until 637 or 638 AD when Caliph Umar conquered it. So let's see. England gave land to Syria that could go to those who call themselves Palestinians. There is no letter P in Arabic. Today's Arabs did not come from the Philistines. The British changed the name of the area from Judea and Samaria to Palestine. And before Caliph Umar, the Arabs did not control the area, and even after they did not change the name. The strangest thing is all those who say they believe in the Quran. They throw out parts they don't want. There is no greater insult to religion than this.
Adonai